It's lights out, and away we go.
Lights out and away we go for the final time in this McLaren career mode. Welcome, guys, to the ultimate finale. Unfortunately, we do not have a driver's championship to win here. Max Verstappen managed to clinch that up at the Brazilian Grand Prix. However, we do have a constructors championship that we can win, and as you can see, George Russell ain't playing no games. So we're going to try to go off with a high in this career mode. Both guys are in a really good spot to get a good result today. We've split the strategy up. George Russell is on the technically faster two-stop of a medium hard onto medium, whilst with Esteban Ocon we're going to go with the more aggressive, the more risky strategy of medium onto hards, and kind of hope that a late safety car gives us an opportunity to come in for a set of softs. So good start thus far. Hopefully we'll be able to continue it on further into the race. All right, George Russell into the pit lane will kick off, or not really kick off. A couple guys have already pitted this far in this race. Those that started this race on a set of soft compound tires have already come in for their first pit stops, which includes basically everybody now that's on a set of hard compound tires, as you can see on your screen. So yeah, George Russell doing a pretty good job there. Really the entire top three of Verstappen, Ocon, and George Russell fighting over the race lead continuously as we get our way through further into this race. But Russell will go ahead and unfortunately emerge right behind Oliver Behrman and this kind of train of Behrman, Joe, and our former driver and Lando Norris. So hopefully George can make quick work of them and get himself up the running. We're actually going to tell him to push here, but hopefully by the time Verstappen pits, we'll be well and truly clear of this group. Yeah. Well, just as expected, Max Verstappen and Red Bull are going to go ahead and cover us off onto a set of hards. Not the greatest pit stop there, but still could have been a lot worse. George was not able to clear Oliver Behrman and Lando Norris, or I should say, was not able to clear Oliver Behrman or Lando Norris. So we might be in jeopardy here. So Verstappen's going to exit the pit lane. Thankfully, we're going to come out ahead, at least momentarily, of the Dutchman, although maybe not. Oh, it's going to be close. Wow, okay. Okay, we survived. Good. So yeah, we were able to survive that. And yeah, so we're ahead of Verstappen for the moment. We still need to clear these guys up in front of us. So I want to save my battery till later on in this race. Hopefully we make quick work of Oliver Behrman. Although the Englishman, what am I saying? The Englishman has DRS, so it might be a bit difficult. But hopefully, it looks like we'll be able to get him. Of course not. Alright, so Esteban Ocon for the final time in this career mode, going on to a set of hard compound tires. Not a horrible stop, 2.2, not too bad from our guys there. So Ocon going under the tunnel now. I believe he's going to come out behind Albon. Unfortunately, we're also going to lose a spot here, just barely to Jean Derulo, but still well and truly in the fight. Critically, though, Alexander Albon was able to keep in touch with George Russell and Max Verstappen. If these three guys, if Albon, Derulo, and Ocon can all get formed up, that's going to make it very, very difficult for these two of Verstappen and George Russell, though. It looks like these two are just going to have fun sparring it out for the race lead here, even before halfway. But that could make things very, very treacherous towards the end of this Grand Prix. Alright, as gut-wrenching as it's going to be, the final pit stop, at least the final projected pit stop for ourselves in this career mode. George Russell into the pit lane on a set of medium compound tires, a 2.212 second pit stop there for our guys. Unfortunately, we are going to come out behind the likes of Teo Porcher, Oscar Piastri, and Mick Schumacher, but at this point, we're just going to go ahead and throw caution on the wind. So George Russell has just about 15 and some change laps to go ahead and get himself one more victory this season. Unfortunately, it's not going to be the walk-off championship that we would have loved, but especially if we get a late race safety car, George is going to be in a very, very advantageous position.
Dear me, they won't have been expecting that.
Well, the safety car that I was banking on has occurred, so
really disappointed with
yeah, we've seen it all before. We got 10 seasons of the team's really disappointed and all that jazz. So the question is, what do your race leaders do? If you're Verstappen, Russell's probably just going to blow through this group, although maybe you just stick it out and hope that this is going to be a long gala. There are no people, I should say, actually no, Crawford's a lap down, so this will be an extended safety car. We'll see how this all works out. I'm tempted just to put Ocon on a set of softs and tell him to go like hell. I don't know. Alright, so safety car will be in this lap. Esteban Ocon currently leads on a dead set of hard compound tires. Russell's P2 on a set of mediums. Verstappen, Albon, Derulo, Piastri, and Schumacher all on a set of softs. You can see the rest of the running order here. This is the only way that this career mode could have gone out swinging is with a fight to the end between some of the biggest names in Formula One here in 2031. So back to green flag. We'll see what happens, but I think Esteban Ocon's got a massive job on his hands. Ocon is not so enticed to lean over for his potential, maybe not even teammate, although Russell's not going to wait. He's going to try to go around the outside. A great move there from George Russell. Quickly going to switch these guys up a little bit. We'll see who has DRS on this next straightaway. It looks like that will be Esteban Ocon. So Ocon's got to run. Russell's going to try to defend with the battery. I'm trying to play this as realistically as possible. Ocon's going to try to go around the outside. We'll see if Russell gives him room. I just don't think there's enough life left in those hard compound tires. Ocon's going to try, but I think, yeah, more or less George Russell has this race unlocked. So the question now becomes, how long can Esteban Ocon hold up Max Verstappen to try to allow teammate George Russell to try to allow for teammate George Russell to get away, or maybe he plays it selfishly, which I wouldn't blame him for doing, and try to maybe get the race lead back here in the dying laps of this career mode. Well, as you guys can see here, Esteban Ocon is absolutely trying his brains out, trying to hold on to this position number 2, but I think unfortunately the power of the DRS and the power of the draft is going to win out here. So Esteban Ocon now getting passed by Alexander Albon and also Mick Schumacher. Man, if only we didn't have that misnomer in Mexico City. But either way, trying our damnedest to hold on. Unfortunately, there's just not a whole lot that Esteban can do. Those tires about to go over the cliff, although those soft compound tires of those around us really aren't going to be that much better before too long. We might be going through wide here as Mick Schumacher's going to, or I should say Jane Deruvala rather, is going to try to end this career mode on a high. We're going to fight back here with Esteban Ocon, although I think unfortunately for everybody else besides Jane Deruvala, looks like he will be the only one to make it through. Albon's going to go ahead and back out and stay in position number 4, and yeah, he's trying, man. He's trying. Well, 10 seasons in the books, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not quite sure how I feel about not going out on top, but sometimes you don't get the fairy tale walk-off. But at least at the end of this career mode, we will be able to go out on the highest of highs. As, yeah, George Russell, our main man, is going to win the final race of the season, become the only 4-time winner this season. It's not the walk-off fairy tale victory here in the championship that we would have wanted to, but we do bring home the win in the Constructors' Championship. Deruvala comes home P2, Albon will be P3, Piastri P4, Ocon P5, Schumacher P6.
Take a look at the replay.
Man.
And there we have it. Russell finishes in first place.
What an achievement. Sometimes you take the incredible skill of these drivers for granted, but not today.
What? Okay, I had no idea. I thought we got rid of double points at the end of last season. Oh my fucking god! Oh my god. So, to my amazement, as you guys can hear, double points were still a thing. We're world champions! We're double fucking world champions! Oh my god, no way. I was so sad. I was literally so sad after... Wow! Wow! Well, I'm in a much better mood than I was about 60 seconds ago, but George Russell, through divine intervention, walks off as a double world champion. Oh my goodness, that's incredible. I feel horrible for Max Verstappen. I mean, all these guys had really similar seasons. I mean, Albon had 3 wins, 10 podiums. Verstappen had 3 wins, 9 podiums. Russell had 3 wins, 8 podiums. As funnily as that looks, but wow, I thought we lost the championship. I was about to be all mopey dopey and being like, oh, how bittersweet this is. But we won. We fucking won. I had no idea. I had no fucking idea. This is what I get for not looking during the race to see what the points were. Because I didn't think they mattered. I didn't think the points mattered. But by 2 points, and on the back of a double points finale, George Russell's world champion. Oh my fucking god. But yeah, Verstappen falls to P2. I would be gutted if I was him. I'd probably just hang it up after that. But yeah, Verstappen, after going into this race, I guess he wasn't safe. But I mean, still, it took 20 points. It took a win, and Verstappen getting held up there by Esteban Ocon. So definitely thank you, Esteban. But yeah, it took all that for George Russell to win this championship. I am dumbfounded right now, but yeah, looking through the results, I mean, Lando Norris had a great season, 2 wins, 6 podiums, good for him. Pierre Gasly, 3 Mickey Mouse wins, 6 podiums, great finale for him. Oscar Piastri holds on for P6. Deruvala, after coming home in position number 2, actually manages to vault himself up to position number 7. Remember, he won the British Grand Prix and also got 3 more podiums throughout the season, so a great year for JN. Schumacher picks up 2 points. AlphaTauri might actually be in a really interesting spot when we check the Constructors' Championship here in a second. Although I flipped forward to it, I didn't catch it, but wow. For sure falls to P9. Fuck you, Richard. Ocon won us this because he was the one. I mean, Verstappen was going to be next up, and that was going to be at least at minimum an easy P2 for Max. But he held up Verstappen, dropped him outside of the points, and yeah. That makes it all worth it there for Esteban. Looking down at the list, I don't think there were any more changes here at the bottom. And then, yeah, in the Constructors' Championship, we were going to win it no matter what. A massive send-off for ourselves. Ferrari hold on by 3 points over Alpine to take home position number 2. Alpine actually jump ahead of the scoreless Red Bull here at the end of the season. What a year for Alpine. I think overall, besides ourselves, I mean, 4 wins and 12 podiums. That's the best that I think they did this entire career mode. So props to Alpine for that. I'm sure they would have loved to have had more. But yeah, that's the end result for them. And then Red Bull falls to P4 in a shocking turn of events. I'm sure Helmut Marko, if he's still alive in this universe, just had a massive heart attack and probably went out feet first this afternoon. Just barely took almost every point that they got this season. AlphaTauri coming off 2 wins. They jump ahead of Mercedes, who have three podium or 3 wins, 7 podiums. I mean, that's really not that bad of a year. It's just with how crazy this year was. I mean, we had what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 different winners. 12 different winners. So, unfortunately, 3 wins and 7 podiums was not enough to even finish in the top 5 there for Mercedes. And then really an anticlimactic end in the fight between Alfa Romeo, Haas, Williams, and Aston Martin. Guys, I was so sad. I was so sad when this race finished. I was like, man, if Interlagos or Brazil had gone, or if Interlagos or Mexico had gone better, we would have walked off. And I just got the biggest surprise that I could have hoped for. So, after 10 seasons, I hope you guys enjoyed. I know this finale was everything that it could have been. And yeah, I will see you guys on F1 Manager 23.